Pisces represents a world, an ocean of secrets, and we're going to demystify and dissect some of those secrets today on my channel, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year 2024. It's your favorite Pisces astrologer, Mina, back with another awesome astrology video, but not just any video, because this one comes like straight from the heart, because I'm a mega Pisces person myself. My sun's there and a couple of other planets, so I know this type of material very personally. It kind of reminds me of my exposing Scorpio video. I'll put it up here if you haven't seen it. It was just raw and just straight from the soul. And I want that to be even deeper today because I have planets in Pisces. And I have to confess, I feel a little guilty doing this video because, for this really earthbound existence, Pisces really struggles to keep up in this type of realm. And I'm just like, am I gonna make all my fellow Pisces suffer for no reason because I'm kind of lifting the veil just a little bit, which I've been the most gentle in Pisces. I feel so guilty exposing Pisces more than any other sign. I don't feel guilty about Scorpio, Cancer because you guys are strong, you're tough, and Pisces people just aren't. We're very fragile. If you think about our position on the zodiac wheel, we're the last sign, which is very symbolic of death, like letting go. And then we're reborn as a fresh Aries baby. But yeah, it's like we have one foot on the ground and then one foot in space, in heaven, in the spiritual plane, in the plane that we just don't understand because no one really has a definite answer on what happens when we die, energetically speaking. We know what happens to our bodies. We don't know what happens to our spirit. And this is why Pisces people are so fragile, and also why our skill set is not always useful for very mundane existence on Earth. Those masters of the Virgos are opposite. They're the Earth masters. They're all about mastering, and the sixth house people, mastering what they can perceive with their freaking eyes, with all of their sensations. They are just Earth masters. They can tinker and analyze everything that they can actually logically perceive. Whereas as Pisces, we perceive a lot of things that don't make sense in the Earth realm of things that we can't really quantify. We're basically like a big unsolved equation. There's no answer, but we just sense that variable, that missing link. And we don't always know what to do with all of this otherworldly and weird feelings and intuitions that we're literally flooded with every day. And boy, does this make people misunderstand us. And a lot of this misunderstanding is our fault. So it's like a little bit of both things. And that is so true of Pisces because we're mutable people, very change oriented. So we will never have just one truth. We're gonna have multitudes, millions of truths at the same time, which is so hard to keep up with us. You have to be pretty observant to really see us for who we really are. And again, real talk, I was able to get this video done. I really wanted a video before the new year came up because I accepted myself. I'm like, why am I trying to act like a freaking Libra? I need to just do a video with my ugly set, with my subpar audio, and with my messy hair. I just need to do it. And oh my God, full disclosure, one time someone said in the comments that I look sweaty, and I took it as an Aries compliment, okay, because I like to work out a lot. But anyway, I just accepted myself. I'm a messy Aries, and I'm just gonna let it all hang so I can get this video done because it's close to my heart. And again, we're gonna get into that even deeper. But before we go into the good stuff, please remember to subscribe to my channel and to give me a like on this video, share it with your friends. The algorithm understandably hates me because I've been in a Pisces hiatus, but help your girl have her dream come true. I'll be forever grateful. Be sending that energy right back to you. All right, so in this video, I really want to particularly talk about why Pisces fear judgment, because it's not as simple as saying oh, all little Pisces are like little delicate snowflakes and they just will run away from anything mean. It is kind of true, but it's not the complete truth. I want to get into the deeper reason why us Pisces people just fear judgment a lot, and a lot of it makes sense once I explain it to you. So again, our gifts are not conducive to doing those regular 6th house Virgo type of things, like waking up on time for work, getting ready, taking a shower, showing up, dealing with real life things, paying bills, all that stuff is just like overwhelming for us, because all of our lives we're just so flooded with, for us, like it feels like useless information, and it's all emotions because we're a water sign. So we might be sensing things that are not of this world and that we can't understand energetically. And most importantly, this is a big reason why we fear judgment, is that, let's get real, the real world will not be so kind to you most of the time as a Pisces if you expose how you really think and feel about things. Because again, we're not Libras. We can't just say something kind of off the wall and taboo and just like, ha, make it so relatable. That's not us. Pisces see signs, and these signs can be just like images, they can be songs, they can be sensing energies that we can't quantify or understand, and we attach a meaning to them. And it could be a negative or a positive meaning, so many things. And these affect us heavily. Karen's gonna be looking at you like you're crazy, like you're missing a few marbles. And Pisces people, as they get better at going through the motions of living like this very earthbound existence, they start to see that their real self is very rejected and isn't conducive to being successful socially, especially in this world. Oh my God, I have to mention this. I was watching an episode of Hoarders. I don't know if you guys like that show. I love that show. And there was this one girl who was a hoarder, and I swear, I bet she has something Pisces or 12th house in her chart. She compulsively held on to bags of dust in her vacuum. Like if it was a really good day, she felt like there was some type of magic in the vacuum dust and debris. And she would jar it up, write a date on it, and she really felt like holding on to that would do something good for her life spiritually. Like she felt it in her bones. And I think a lot of Pisces kind of silently struggle with religious OCD. It's a real thing. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. This is just something I have a theory on. But imagine this girl that I mentioned in Hoarders goes up in the office with Karen and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm so mad at my husband because he threw out my lucky vacuum dust. You're gonna look absolutely insane, and people will judge you, and it will inhibit your ability to keep things like a job and to be trusted by the masses. Again, we're not Libras. We're exalted Venus, but we're not a cardinal air sign. We don't have that type of normal social intelligence because we're so flooded with all this stuff that we don't understand. We're getting signs and signals from things, and we also, the older we get, we understand that this isn't an accepted part of our personality, and we will face real world consequences because people won't trust us if we reveal the real way we perceive things. So what is our solution to this? You heard it here first. I call it the Pisces magic show. So eventually we learn, and we don't want to get burned. We're like, oh my goodness, how can I stop people from thinking I'm absolutely bonkers? And we start to use our very intuitive water energy, and we start to say, like, what makes these people comfortable? What's gonna make Karen in the office really comfortable around me? And she's gonna be so enamored with my presence, and she will leave me alone and trust me. We start to hone in on what you find ideal to be around, and we will kind of embody almost like it's a show, okay? The magic show. We will become something that we really aren't, just to gain society's trust in that way. And you can say like, oh, everyone does this, everyone has a social face. Well, not to this degree. Okay, come on. So yeah, we get the magic show going on. So we can have so many different magic shows. Like we have an at work magic show, we have individual coworker magic shows. Some of us can even have relationship magic shows. We just feel so much safer in a fantastical image. That's the Neptune part, the delusion and the fantasy and the glitter. We are so used to operating in the glitter in Neptune land, and we feel safe there, that sometimes the lines between reality and fiction get blurry. And some Pisces are really good at keeping it internally real. They're like, I know that this costume isn't me, and when I go home or when I'm with my close people, I can be more of myself. But some Pisces kind of get lost in their own magic show, and it's like really hard for them to determine what's real and what's not. So yeah, this is like a survival mechanism to a big degree. And of course, it's fun. I have to admit it, it's fun, like giving the people exactly what they want and just seeing them glow from being around you. It can be addictive and intoxicating. I swear, like Pisces should have Rotten Tomatoes like scores on their head, like especially us Pisces sons, because man, sometimes our shows are just awful, like especially when we're just like getting into the groove of like putting on our magic show and we're not so good at it. So sometimes we straight up get like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, but sometimes we get like really good at it. No wonder so many Pisces people are actresses and actors, because they use those same skills to act that they do to survive in their mundane existence. And because of this magic show effect, things like religion and spiritual communities can feel really safe for Pisces. Like they might not reveal all of how they really think, but they feel a little bit safer to be out there spiritually, which all Pisces are kind of out there spiritually to some extent, whether they admit it with words or not. Again, Mercury and communication, not our strong suit. So, and honestly, it's even harder for Pisces people who have no connection or spiritual outlet, because they probably just feel flooded with emotions and just so ashamed about how affected they are energetically by other people and situations, that they feel so frustrated with themselves. Like, why can't I just function normally? I sense so many things I don't understand, and there's no outlet to understand it. I just have to get through it by some miracle. So that's why, like in church, Pisces can kind of like let it loose a little bit, be like, oh my God, I had this dream and my spirit guides communicated with me and it just made me feel so good. Like they can kind of reveal a little bit of their mystical and superstitious spiritual sides safely. So that's why like they can get sucked up in religion simply because they feel safe and accepted, not judged. Like Pisces people are okay being judged by God, and especially Pisces sons, because that's where we want to shine, get really fearful of having the image of being a bad person, because the way we think is like, oh my God, that's such bad karma. I'm going to pay for this in heaven or in the afterlife, wherever we go. Like, it's like real fear. And it becomes just a part of your ego that you want to just be this glowing vision of kindness, because that makes you feel safe. Like your foot up there in the spiritual world feels safe, and your grounded foot, well, I don't know how much that feels safe. I guess it makes you feel like you have a compass that guides you, because we get so lost. So yeah, that's why religious spaces can be really comfy places for Pisces to kind of show a little bit of their wacko side without judgment. And yeah, I love this quote from Linkin Park's Chester Bennington. Like, he's my birthday twin. Love that guy. He says in one of his songs, I think it's the song called Pushing Me Away, he says, the sacrifice of hiding in a lie. And I'm like, this is such a Pisces line, because we really do sacrifice our humanity and our authentic selves to such a big degree just to make other people comfortable and to function in this very earth plane existence. So needless to say, a really important tip for you guys when dealing with a Pisces is, real talk, you need to determine how benign or how malignant these lies, this magic show is. You know, if it's Richard Ramirez, like the Night Stalker type of dark magic show, then obviously that's bad. He's a famous serial killer that's a Pisces. Or if it's allegedly Casey Anthony levels of deception and magic show, obviously that's bad. But if it's just a Pisces trying to survive, you guys, I mean, is it so bad that a Pisces doesn't want to admit to you their earth dysfunction, for our inability to master mundane society, like bad that a Pisces doesn't want to tell you about all their like weird thoughts and what they perceive and like all their superstitions that go through their heads that are just very real and intense. Is that so bad? Is it so bad that a Pisces really, this is why we don't like being judged too, is that it's quite embarrassing when you live in this reality and you struggle with it. Your skill set is not geared to really thrive on this earth with your natural talents. So that's a really embarrassing thing to admit, and it really does open you to a lot of judgment. And when I say dysfunctional, you guys, I'm exposing myself too. I'm just saying like we're highly sensitive people. Apparently that's a book. My favorite Virgo on the planet recommended this book to me, The Highly Sensitive Person. It's written by some PhD, but it's really insightful. We're highly sensitive people. And yes, we get embarrassed, earth embarrassed, okay? Admitting our weaknesses. And just saying that all the lies are not so bad, but only you could determine what amount of bullshit you're gonna put up with the Pisces, because some people are like, a lie's a lie, I don't care. And fair enough, you should not mess with the Pisces because, Pisces people, again, they have the magic show. Is that real? Well, sometimes we feel like it's real because we are really good at it and we love the reaction. It makes us feel good about ourselves. It helps us survive. It's a tool. But is it like Virgo textbook real? Well, you're probably going to be disappointed. Honestly, you guys, you just have to sit and really think like, what are you willing to put up with, in a Pisces behavior? Are you willing to be sensitive to their experience of this world? Because again, like jobs where people can really let out their Pisces, like the job here that I have being an astrologer, I can kind of let my Pisces fly right in front of your face. But, I'm also someone, this is not my only job. So my regular jobs, honestly, a lot of those people have no idea I'm an astrologer because I put on the magic show. I don't want them to see me differently. And I know they would in not a good way. So have some compassion. It's not always a dark magic show, but only you can determine what you're going to put up with a Pisces, and how much understanding you're willing to give them. And I think this is why Scorpio is just so good with Pisces, because you guys just see right through a magic show, and you can determine kind of how malignant or benign it is, and you could just have a lot of compassion because you know what it's like to hide yourself. I think that's why we understand each other so well. So this is my Pisces video, you guys, and I have some other suggestions for future videos I might want to do on Pisces. Let me know which one you like the best in the comments. I want to do like a why does Pisces ghost, because I know it's a big problem that we have video. Why Pisces character assassinate? Oh my god, no one does this as bad as a freaking Pisces Mars. I've had this done to me. And nothing makes me feel as Sagittarius, I have Sag in my chart, than when a Pisces character assassinates me, because I'm like, oh no, that's not going to happen. But anyway, also, why art says more about Pisces than words and even books. I guess if the book is fiction, that counts as art. But anyway, these are just some ideas. Let me know what you think in the comments. Pisces, did this resonate? Did I expose us too much? I hope you know it comes from a good place and that, hey, I'm with you in the same boat. Give your Pisces a hug. They're going through it, I promise you. And do you like the magic show? Come on, we have some fans out there that like the magic show. It's okay to admit that in the comments. Everyone, again, Merry Christmas. I hope you have the best Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.